This week, today's homeowners in Chicago for the Kitchen and Bath Industry Show. If it belongs in the kitchen and bath, you'll find it here in the newest and coolest designs possible. We're going to spend the next half hour showing you as much as we can, so stay with us. You know, Alan, we've been to a lot of these kitchen and bath shows over the year, but this thing is packed.
Listen, navigating the floors here is going to be a real challenge because it is elbow to elbow.
Now, the Kitchen and Bath Industry Show is produced every year by the National Kitchen and Bath Association, and attending this show, a lot of different professionals that design, build, and renovate these areas of the house. And there's almost 1,000 exhibitors with just about everything you can imagine for the kitchen and bath.
But moment of truth now, we go to so many of these shows, do you really think we're going to see something new every year?
Well, I'll tell you, there's been a lot of innovation, particularly this year with all the efforts to conserve water and maybe to change the look of the kitchen and bath a pretty good bit, so I know we'll find some pretty interesting things.
Well, we've got 3 different halls to go by here. I've got an idea.
Uh-oh.
There you go. See you in a couple of days.
Okay. One of the things that always strikes me about this show is the variety of unique designs. Bathrooms are a perfect showcase for many of these new ideas, and this year solid surface seems to be the material of choice. iForms molds their material and cuts it into grids for these cool designs, while Corian, the folks who made it all popular, have their examples backlit for some neat translucent effects. I also found some glass countertop material from Vitrazzo. Talk about colors. Plus, this stuff is all made from recycled window glass, so it's always green no matter what color you choose.
Anytime I go to one of these trade shows, people always ask me afterwards, what did you see that was really cool, really exciting? All right, you like to entertain in your home. Where does the party always end up? In the kitchen. Check this out, one of my favorites. This is on my cool list. It's a new social cooking center from Evo. You've got a 25-inch circular cooking center, dual cooking zones, and even if you're a sloppy chef like I am, a spill tray. Cleanup is simple, and the longer you use it, the better your food tastes. Now, let's suppose I like entertaining indoors, but I like outdoors better. Even here, look at this. We've got an outdoor center as well, a 30-inch surface. Again, so simple to use. It's the place where the party will be. Now, owning one of these is not going to make you a great hibachi chef, but practicing will be a lot of fun. Here's another impressive appliance. The GE Profile Single Double Wall Oven combines 2 wall ovens into one 30-inch wide space that ordinarily would only contain one. You can cook a 22-pound turkey in the lower unit while side dishes are cooking at a different temperature in the upper oven. The glass touch controls make this possible because they're built right into the door to free up space. User-friendly controls are also the focus on this cooktop from Siemens. They call it Touch Slide because you adjust the temperature with just a slide of your finger, giving you more precise control. On the other hand, the sensor dome feature on this Thermador electric cooktop uses infrared light to constantly measure the pan temperature and shut off the heat before boil over. Then it cycles back on and off as needed to maintain an exact temperature. If you like the look of glass but want to cook with gas, check out this cooktop from Fisher & Paykel. The burner and pan supports recess right into the surface when not in use, so cleanup is a breeze.
One kitchen appliance that's been around for years and years is the trash compactor. Now, some people think this is the greatest invention ever for the kitchen, but others might be just a little skeptical. Well, if you're one of those folks, you might just change your mind when you see what Braun Newton's done in the redesign of this trash compactor. Well, you know, one concern a lot of people have is the odor that you may have by using a trash compactor because you're keeping the trash in your kitchen for a little longer. Well, you don't have to worry about that with this system. It's an odor control system, and what it does is each one of these little sections of this wheel will last up to a month. So you have 6 of them here, so after 6 months you take this out, throw it away, and put you another one in, and that takes care of that problem. You even have a place to store your bags right in here. But the real beauty of a trash compactor is the ability for it to compress the trash that you have in your house. And actually, in one container in a trash compactor, you can put up to 6 large garbage bags worth of trash. Think about how nice that is in reducing the amount of trash going to our landfills. Now, another thing you're able to do on this one is, of course, just close the door, push the button, and 3,000 pounds of pressure will press down to compress all that trash you have in your house. And think about it, if you're taking trash out 6 times a week, now you're only taking it out 1 time a week. And to make sure that it blends in with the rest of your kitchen, it's available in stainless steel, black, white, any type of custom wood, and as you can see with the tile work here, you can put just about anything on your trash compactor. Hey, it's time to check back in with Joe Truini with our simple solution of the week.
One of the quickest ways to enhance the look of a bathroom is to replace the toilet seat. Now, several years ago, the manufacturers replaced the bolts that hold the seat to the toilet with plastic ones. It used to be metal that would always corrode and rust. But one place where they're still using metal is on the screws that attach the hinge to the toilet seat itself. Now, over time, these screws can rust and cause corrosion spots on the toilet itself. So nowadays, whenever I replace a toilet seat, I always fill these holes over the screw head with tub and tile caulk. This is just a tube of white tub and tile caulk. You squeeze it into the holes. These are countersunk screws, so it holds quite a bit of caulk. And then smear off the excess with a putty knife. And once this caulk cures, it'll form a watertight seal and prevent the screws from rusting. Now, you can also fill these screw heads. These aren't as susceptible to rusting because they're not right over the water, but you can fill them and that'll match it as well.
This week, today's homeowner is at the Kitchen and Bath Industry Show in Chicago, and there are tons of people here checking out all kinds of new products and ideas for 2 of the most used areas of the home. But no matter how cool a design or product is, it has to work for the people who live in the house. So the Design Idea Center, sponsored by the National Kitchen and Bath Association and Meredith Publishing, includes several model kitchens and baths that demonstrate how to marry form and function. Gail Butler of Better Homes and Gardens magazine is giving me a tour of the kitchen her staff put together. So Gail, what type of family would just love this type of kitchen?
You know, we call this our organizer-in-chief kitchen because we designed it with a mom in mind who has so much going on in her life, and she likes to keep things in control, organized, so she can relax and enjoy the time she's at home with her family.
Sure, that makes a lot of sense. So what kind of features will allow her to do that very thing?
Well, you know, here's an example, just so simple. A pull-out cabinet here with all your cooking utensils right by the cooktop, because having things exactly where you need them, that's a key concept of organizing today.
And that's a lot better than digging through a drawer somewhere.
Absolutely. Never have to wonder where they are.
And what's going on here? This is a little bit unique.
Isn't this fantastic? This backsplash material is actually made from recycled wine and beer bottles, so you get the great color, you get that great glisten of glass. It really adds a pop to the kitchen.
It does. It adds a lot to it and a lot of interest. Now, kind of a contemporary look to all of the cabinets here.
Yes, we wanted a modern but warm design. I love this cherry finish and also these great translucent glass cabinets. So everything behind them doesn't have to be in picture perfect order, but you get that great sense of light and color coming through your cabinetry. It's a very nice touch.
Oh, that's neat. That's really neat.
And here's one of my favorite features in the kitchen, which is the great work sink. We have a bamboo chopping board right here, very convenient, but look at this, here's a trick. It just slides away.
All right.
And we cut a notch in the countertop so you can just throw your trash right there and it goes in to these bins in the cabinetry below. So convenient, you don't have to open the cabinet every time you want to throw something away.
That's perfect. And you know, if you make recycling easier, your family's going to get into it a lot more.
You're right, you'll do it every day.
Hey, what a great space here. You know, so many people have bar stools in their kitchen, but this is a lot more comfortable.
This is super comfortable. We took a note from restaurant design with great banquette seating. Who doesn't like an upholstered bench? It's got a decorative fabric, organic cotton, by the way. And the nice thing is it brings your family together right here close to the kitchen action.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Now, what about some of the other things that you have put in this kitchen to really organize it even more?
You know, we have some fantastic features in the mudroom. We have an oversized calendar for your family organizing center, keep track of everybody's schedule. We have some benches there with all your pet supplies organized in one place. And we have a great pull-out pantry where you can keep all the softballs, the ball gloves, the tennis rackets, all those things that we use, but like to keep that clutter away from the kitchen proper.
Those kind of organizational features are a very important part of this show, and one of my favorites is this pull-through drawer from Hayfella. Perfect for an island or a peninsula, the same drawer can be accessed from both sides. This drawer system from Grass America operates itself with a simple touch because each drawer is powered by a separate low voltage motor. To organize above the countertop, this rail system from Frankie offers ultimate flexibility. You can move things anywhere you want to maximize the efficiency of your kitchen design.
I've seen a lot of contemporary designs this year at KBIS, and I'll be honest with you now, I don't really care for contemporary. I've always been the traditional style. But I found something here at the Renaissance Glass Works that really did catch my eye. Now, we've seen a lot of the glass laboratories, solid glass, beautiful designs. Check this out. This is a kitchen countertop, and you can see you've got the incorporation of color, the texture here. What really catches my eye was the light. Look at this, from the light here, shining down all the way through this, just the property of the glass. This is beautiful, and of course, very clean, easy to clean. Check this one out, the shower, solid glass, and again, you've got the texture in here, the bubbles that are part of the glass, and again, light plays a big part of this. Look here, in this channel, the lights, this is the only place where you see the light, but it's coming down, traveling all the way top to bottom. This is just beautiful, but if you think this is cool, you've got to look at this one. Everyone loves this. Everyone loves this. You can look at this with me. This sink, solid glass. Again, you've got the texture in here. The plumbing is all inside the walls. Even to operate the water faucets in there, it's on sensors. And again, you've got the light channel above and below, traveling up and down to give you that beautiful look. This is what it would look like if the Jetsons remodeled your bathroom. You know, we've seen a lot here, but right now, I want to take a break from KBIS. Let's find out what Emily's got for us in today's Best New Product.
Garbage disposers are a great item for any kitchen, but in the past there have always been a couple of problems to contend with. Certain food items create clogs and jams, and the noise often competes with a passing freight train. Well, InSinkErator has developed a new line that gets rid of all of these problems as easily as it gets rid of food waste. They call it their Evolution series, and this model here is the Excel. It has 3 separate grind stages, which means it can handle virtually any food waste, including stringy celery, corn husks, and thick heavy waste like potato peels. Hey, you know, you can even tackle rib bones with no problems. It also has a jam sensor that will automatically increase the motor torque up to 500% when those really tough items wind up down the drain. The new SoundSeal Plus technology makes this at least 60% quieter than standard disposers, and the quick lock sink mount makes installation a snap. You know, they say that evolution is inevitable, and all I can say is that for the kitchen disposer, it's about time.
At a kitchen and bath show like this one in Chicago, you're bound to see a lot of plumbing fixtures. Now, of course, the trend over the last few years in plumbing fixtures is to make a fixture that'll use as little water as possible. And you know, for years they've had dual flush toilets that would allow you to use one setting on your toilet for liquid waste, which would use less water, and another setting which would use a little more water for solid waste. Well, now you can convert any toilet that you may have, no matter how old it is, to a dual flush toilet by using this device. Pretty cool. It's called an EcoFlow and has a little device here that attaches under your toilet, and then you have the controls right on top for the 2 different settings. Now, this is just for demonstration purposes here. It really doesn't look like this. This can actually go in and work with any toilet that you may have, and it only costs $130. Just down the aisle, Lipford has a more hygienic solution for the toilet seat. The Just Lift seat can be raised up off the porcelain for easy cleaning, and because the hinge is a one-piece design, there are fewer places for grime and germs to hide. If hiding from the world in a nice hot bath is your idea of relaxation, there's plenty of options in all kinds of styles from rustic to contemporary. Now, these manufacturers are also using a variety of materials to get some pretty nice looks. Convenience is a very important thing in any room in your house, but especially the busiest one, the kitchen. Look at this great, very convenient faucet from Delta. It has the high arch that a lot of people like because you can fill up those big pans, and it has the single lever that makes it very, very easy to use. And also, you're able to pull this right down. With the touch of a button, it'll change from a steady stream to a spray. Just think how convenient that is to keep things nice and clean. But here's something else that's very unique that makes this really convenient. Think about having a large pot in your hand and you have to sit it down in order to turn it off. Not with this one. You touch it with your arm and it goes right off. You need to turn it back on. You can touch it and it comes right back on. And it knows the difference between grabbing it and moving it from side to side and actually touch it. Hey, this is a pretty smart faucet. But as you might guess, there are an awful lot of faucets at a show like this, and I found another problem solver in the Price Pfister booth. To offer more control in a pull-down spray faucet, they've added a flow adjustment right on the head of the faucet. It also swivels to make cleanup a lot easier. Of course, a faucet needs a sink, and there are tons of cool designs here for those as well. Some of my favorites include this vessel made completely from bamboo and these glass models from Wells Sinkware. Talk about a striking look. Nobody would forget a powder room with one of these in it. Now, the more practical side, one of my favorite solutions is the PermaFlow, which replaces the traditional P-trap. It's clear so that you can check for clogs without removing the trap. And the rotating paddle removes any buildup you may have in the P-trap and makes retrieving dropped items an easy chore.
I know we've shown you a lot here today and some high-end items, but if big bucks are not in your budget, believe me, I feel your pain. A big upgrade for a lot of people is converting their kitchen to stainless steel. Now, let's face it, that's a little pricey. How would you like to convert your kitchen, though, for less than $75? Got your attention, didn't I? Liquid stainless steel. Now, I'm not talking about that spray paint you get at the hardware store. This is 100% stainless steel, so do-it-yourself friendly, and not just your appliances. Look at this. Bathroom accessories, plumbing fixtures, countertop appliances. We've got arts and crafts over here. Your appliances, of course, we mentioned that. No fingerprinting. Backsplash, this is a great idea. You can actually convert your existing backsplash to 100% stainless steel, even your cabinet hardware. Now, I did say less than $75. I'm not kidding you. Here you go. You've got a refrigerator kit here for $39, range dishwasher kit, brush on or spray. This is the way to go if you ask me. Hey, speaking of asking, it's time to Ask Danny.
Danny, what kind of payback can I expect to get on a kitchen remodel?
Well, there's really not a definite answer to that one because it all depends on the current real estate market, local property values, and the extent of your remodel. It's important to research all these factors first because you could wind up spending a lot of money on a project that you'll never see a decent return on. Now, you can actually get a higher return on your dollar by doing just a minor kitchen facelift, such as replace a few appliances, flooring, countertops, and maybe your sink. Now, once you get into something like replacing all your cabinets and moving walls, it becomes a major remodeling and you could get less return for your money. Now, if you took all of the areas of the country and averaged them all out, you would see about an 83% return on a minor kitchen remodel. Now, on the West Coast, you'll see a lot higher returns, up to 103% in places like California, Oregon, or Washington. This week we've been checking out all the great new products, designs, and ideas at the Kitchen and Bath Industry Show in Chicago. We've seen some really unique new looks for the kitchen and bath, as well as some great practical solutions to common household problems. In fact, we've found so many, I think Alan might be feeling just a little guilty for walking in here so skeptical.
All right, here's a rare moment in history, something you will never hear me say again. Danny, you were right. There were some innovative products here.
I know, it's pretty painful for you to say, wasn't it?
Hurts.